kids, this is Coach Terry here, bringing you the lesson number 5 for the PAR class, and what we're talking today is about respecting the rules. You know, I think spring is here, the sun's out, we're back at the golf course, or at least some of us are able to play. So let's talk about the rules today. You know, when you play golf, there's 2 ways you could play. You can play either match play or stroke play. Do you know the difference? Well, if you and I were going to play, and we played, say, 9 holes. We keep track of our score, and then at the end, after we add up our score, the person with the lowest number of strokes is going to be the winner, and that's considered stroke play. Then the other way you could play would be considered match play. Now, match play, each hole is a point, and if you both score the same thing on the hole, say you both score a 4, then you tie that, and then you get a half a point. So at the end of 9 holes, the person with the most points, you add up your halves, those are then added up together, and the person with the most points then wins the match. So you could have a 7 on a hole, your partner could have a 6 on a hole, and then your partner would be the winner because he had 6, you had 7. So it really doesn't matter how many strokes you had when you play match play, but whether or not you win the points. Okay, another way that we respect the rules here at the First Tee is both on the course and on the practice range. And when we set up the practice range, we set up cones usually for a tee box. And then when you're practicing and your partner's waiting for you, then your partner should be standing in the hula hoop or away from you so they don't get hit with the club by accident. So again, safety on the range and on the course. Watch out for your fellow players when you're playing. Another thing to think about too is golf is different from other sports. You know, in golf, we don't have a referee like we do in football and basketball. In golf, you don't cheer unless it's at the end of the action, say at the end of somebody's putt or at the end of a drive and they hit a good drive, then you clap. Not like football and basketball again when you cheer all the time. And then finally, golf has a dress code. Remember, when you're out on the golf course, you dress appropriately. No blue jeans usually, shorts and a collar shirt, especially out here at the country club. Hi kids, we're outside. We're going to work on some warm-ups before we get started with our activities. So the first thing I want you to do is some arm circles. So arms out to the side. I want you to do 10 arm circles forward and 10 arm circles backwards. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to pretend we have a jump rope. And I want you just to jump. Pretend you're swinging it forward, then swing it backwards. And then I want you to hop on 1 foot, switch feet, and then back to 2 feet. Okay, the next one I want you to do, it's like a jumping jack, but we're going to squat and we're going to touch the ground. So I want you to start with your hands on your hips, jump, squat, back together, out, squat, back together, out, squat, back together. You need to balance. So I want you to grab your knee, stretch your leg out, stretch one leg, put it down, stretch the other leg, and put it down. And you can see you got to work on your balance. Let's try that other one again. All right, so grab your knees, stretch your leg out, roll your ankle around if you can, switch legs, and roll it around. Practice your balance. Good job. Okay, finally, we're going to work on a helicopter. We did arm circles already, forward and backwards. Now we're going to do some helicopters. We're going to twist. Just get that twist in 10 times. If you want, you can put your hands on your hips. It feels better if your hands are out. Get a good stretch all the way around. And that's it.
Hey guys, Coach Jack here. And today for the non-golf activity, we're going to be working on our balance. So I set up a piece of tape along the floor, and you can use string, tape, a piece of wood, whatever you can find. And I set it up next to a wall. And so we're going to be walking along this string, heel to toe, and throwing a ball off of the wall with one hand and catching it in the other hand, seeing if we can keep our balance. Just like this. I fell, see if you can do it better than me. You can also use a parent to toss you the ball if you don't have a wall, or your parents don't want you to use the ball, or a brother or sister, anything. So the goal of this drill is to be able to go up and down the ladder without falling off or losing your balance. Obviously, I didn't make it all the way, so see if you can beat me.
Hi guys, Coach Jay here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about balance. So balance is one of the most important elements in a golf swing. And so today I just want to give you one little tip to help you maintain your balance. So what you'll need is a club, and you'll also need another towel. I have mine. And so what you're going to do is you're going to roll that towel up nice and tight. And then I want you to just lay down on the ground. And then what I want you to do is I want you to stand on it with the towel going right through the middle of your shoes. Okay? And now once you have put yourself in a balanced position on the towel, I want you to notice something. When we're off balance, either our toes are pushing more towards the ground or our heels are pushing more towards the ground. But what we want with this towel being on the ground is we want our center of gravity to remain in the middle. So what I want you to do is, while standing on this towel, I want you to take a couple of practice swings and see if you can maintain your balance.
Thanks for logging in today. I'm glad you could make it. Hope you get a chance to get outside, do a little bit of activity. And so to wrap up, today we talked about match play, we talked about stroke play, we talked about following the rules, being safe on the course, being safe on the practice range. And so finally, the last thing I'd like you to do is in your book on page 15 in your book, follow the directions away from the first tee, fill in the blanks, and then make sure your parents sign it for you. Have a great week. See you soon.